It ends up being the biggest game all year long. Well, it's the same thing with real estate closings. Every game, every closing is a very big deal at Jacob Title, because when it's your closing and your contract on the line, it's a very big deal, and we understand that at Jacob Title.
So it sounds like whether your client is a first-time residential buyer or a multi-million-dollar investor, they can expect your A game.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, when you bring your real estate closing to us at Jacob Title, we understand it's all about trust and confidence. And when Stan McDonald tells you that a chicken dips snuff, you can look under his wing for the box.
And like Beebs likes to say, there's no doubt about it.
What does it mean to be a part of the Southeastern Conference? That you paint your body, your car, and your dog your school colors? Maybe. But it means more than that. It means your alumni network includes the state, the country, and beyond. It means your school ring doubles as your resume. And yeah, you better believe it means more titles, like doctor, CEO, and your honor. Because this is the SEC, and here, it just means more. What does it mean to be part of the Southeastern Conference? That yours is the only conference with its own chant? Well, yes, but it means more than that. It means a study abroad program that might include reforestation in a mangrove swamp in Australia. It means finding your calling, your future spouse, your startup's co-founders, and of course, grilling tongs that play your fight song. This is the SEC, and here, it just means more.
Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
And just like that, we're back, we're live, we're off, we're running, we're brand new, we're everything here on a Wednesday morning. Safe travels into work, into school, wherever you may be headed. 53 degrees right now. Our high today is 56. Not going to get much warmer around the Tennessee Valley today. Make sure you give Talent Heating and Air a call. Find them online, talenthvac.com, 256-503-4490. Colder days are coming. Don't want those utility bills to be sky high. Give Talent Heating and Air a call. They can get it tuned up. They can get everything working for you as those winter days are fastly approaching. Fastly approaching also refers to the 90th edition of the Iron Bowl coming up on Saturday inside Jordan-Hare Stadium. You are going to get 10th ranked Alabama, Auburn. Alabama right now a 6.5-point favorite. If it's Wednesday and it's game week, that can only mean one thing and one thing only. We go out and visit with our 8th grader prognosticator to get his thoughts on the Iron Bowl. Morning, Grady.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Well, it's here, man. Win or go home. That's basically
it's all on the line.
Yeah, it's all on the line. You're going to Jordan-Hare Stadium where you've won the last two in dramatic fashion. The playoff committee's a bunch of morons who, we're going to have our Moron of the Year show on the 23rd. We already pretty much know who's going to win now, even if Alabama gets into this playoff. But obviously Alabama's not getting much credit. Somehow Hunter Uridum thinks that Notre Dame has played a tougher schedule than Alabama. But Grady, what are your thoughts on the 90th Iron Bowl? We know you're smarter than Hunter Uridum already.
Yeah, okay. It's the Voodoo Palace, so I think anything can happen, but we're going to need to be able to run the ball. And, yeah, so I'm going to go Alabama 24, Auburn 21, MVP tie.
MVP tie.
Jeez, Louis. Are you telling me, Grady, that you're depending on Connor Talty to make a kick that would make the difference in this game?
I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
See?
Okay.
See, he has faith.
More faith than I do.
He has faith.
I have faith in him.
See, there you go. That's all we need. Jeremy Bernard yesterday went on the next round with our good friends and said, look.
Or Jeremy. It's Jeremy.
Jeremy said, hey, look, The Alabama fans, it was not cool that they booed him.
I didn't boo him, but I wanted to.
It was not right. He actually called it
Greyhound
he
bus.
called it classless.
I don't care. He's
Grady
paid.
the Greek has faith in him.
I do not, because I changed my prediction from 27-21 to 28-21 because I'm not dependent on, a nutcase to make 2 field goals.
Well, you're thinking he's going to make all of his extra points.
I would hope. If not, I'm going to be on a Greyhound bus down there to take him off the field and send him back to Iowa in a pine box. I'm sorry, Illinois. I know you.
Yeah, come on now. We can kick in Iowa.
All right. So once again, Grady, you said 24-21 in your MVP once again.
Ty.
Gotcha.
He's going Ty Simpson. All right, but who we giving the shout out to this week?
Shout out to my cousin Camille.
Camille.
All right,
we've given her a shout out yearly.
Are we excited for tomorrow, Thanksgiving? A lot to be thankful for, but are we excited to eat some Thanksgiving Day food?
Yes, sir, I am.
Oh, well, are you going to see Camille on Thanksgiving?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, what's the go-to dish? What's the go-to food for you tomorrow?
Rolls.
He loves them some rolls. Hey, tell your dad, Hunter, if he has to kick a bunch of field goals, to have the bourbon ready or whatever the heck he likes to drink. Because right now,
okay,
I got some lemonade with 0 sugar.
We can't tell him to. We can't tell an 8th grader to tell his dad to drink. We can't tell an 8th grader to tell his dad to drink.
I said non-alcoholic. For him, for Grady. For Hunter, he's a grown man.
Yes, he is.
He's over 40.
Yes, he is. But
and we know him well.
All right, bud. Have a good day at school.
Thanksgiving to you and your
Thanksgiving.
Family, hey, by the way, you are out of school, right? So you got up early just to do this. There we go.
See, he got up early.
All right.
Always.
All right, bud.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Grady the Greek, kind enough to join us. 24-21. He has faith. He has faith. Yes, he does. Grady the Greek has faith in Connor Talty. He's got a lot more faith in what you do in the college football playoff ranking committee.
Yeah, I was at the gym all day yesterday, Scott, pretty much from 1 o'clock on.
Yeah, so the committee comes out. Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, A&M 3, Georgia 4. Texas Tech goes up to 5. Oregon vaults Ole Miss. Ole Miss was on a bye week. Oregon vaults Ole Miss to 6. Ole Miss 7. Oklahoma 8. Notre Dame 9. Alabama 10. That is where you get a little bit of, head scratching because you're our good friend Mike Griffith, who joins the show and we talked to him at SEC Media Days and stuff like that. Got on the conference call afterwards. And it's a long question, so I cut out some of the question, but we're going to let you hear the whole entire response. And basically, he wanted to know what other metrics that the committee uses that is preventing some of these SEC teams, a la Alabama, from being held back behind such teams as Notre Dame.
I really want to hear.
For example, what would be some of those other metrics that are, keeping Alabama behind Notre Dame when we look at the comparative schedules?
Well, I think one of the most important factors for this committee in particular is they watch the games and they watch how a team performs. They watch them offensively, defensively, specialty teams. That's an important factor. They look at the 12 correlative statistics that really are statistically indicative of strong football teams. They look at those very heavily. They do look at schedule strength and record strength. So there's several different things that the committee looks and they discuss them in great detail to come up with their ranking. So it's really hard to put your finger on one thing to say that's the deciding factor.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's hard to put your finger on one thing to show how stupid these people are, because you can come up with about 50.
That was Rich Clark. by the way.
Who the hell is that?
We have interviewed Rich Clark.
Is that idiot we interviewed one time at Media Days?
Rich Clark is the executive director of the college football playoff. He replaced Bill Hancock.
He said specialty teams.
Yes, he did.
He can't even talk football in the proper parlance. It's called special teams, you moron. Where was Uradum this time? He just didn't want to talk?
No, he was on the call. But this time they brought in Rich Clark and Hunter Yurachek. So you
Dumb and Dumber. What you're saying. Grady, they just made a remake. It's a reality show called Dumb and Dumber, the college football edition.
The biggest questions that were asked yesterday, or I should say the most questions asked yesterday in the teleconference after the ratings came out was whether or not...
You call them the ratings. That's better than the rankings.
The rankings.
Because it was raining yesterday, like hell.
Was whether or not Ole Miss, if they lost Lane Kiffin, would be penalized in the college football playoff rankings. And basically... after all the idiots were done talking, they will hold it against Ole Miss if Lane Kiffin, if you listen to the words, and they were peppered multiple times.
What are they going to do if Marcus Freeman shocks the world and goes to Florida? Are they going to hold that against Notre Dame? I doubt it. They're going to come up with Notre Dame's got the greatest history in the history of the sport. And that offensive or defensive coordinator that's over there, their metrics are really good, especially when they lose games, since they haven't won anything since 1988. But they did make the finals last year and come close. So we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Is what we're going to do as a committee. Trapdoor all these dumbasses. None of them know anything about football. They're all Democrats.
Should Ole Miss be penalized if
hell no
Lane Kiffin leaves?
Penalizing the players. Charlie White Jr. call the damn plays. And they'll still have Wild Turkey. He quit drinking.
Oh, I could have been.
Lane wants to coach the team. Who knows? They may still work that out. This whole thing's a soap opera anyways.
I mean, the question that was asked to Hunter yesterday was, if Lane Kiffin announces he's leaving after the Mississippi State game, the school decides it'll not allow him to coach in the playoffs. The Rebels cannot be negatively impacted because the committee has not seen Ole Miss play any games without him. Is that correct? And Hunter Yurachek says, we'll take care of that when it happens. I mean, we don't look ahead. It is the loss of a player, loss of a key coach is in principles of how we rank the teams. But again, we don't have a data point for Ole Miss without their head coach.
Hellfire. I'm not.
So is he supposed to sit out a game so the committee can get a data point and then they can rank him without Lane Kiffin?
A data point with two T's, you're in big trouble. And that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, brother me.
See, that's when our resourceful producer, Brody, just needs to hit a button, and then Eric Clapton says cocaine. Then that's what you do.
Oh, my goodness. Let's get our first break in because there's a lot of other stuff to get through. There was college basketball last night, late. We'll get to that.
Proper response from Alabama. Auburn, on the other hand, got thumped.
Yes, they did.
But they may have got thumped by the best team in America.
Well, we'll explain all of that because both teams, Alabama and Auburn, the opponents that they faced in Vegas, they do have something in common. We'll explain why Tennessee got screwed in this whole thing as well. Not screwed, but
they won.
Yeah, but they won, but they also lost at the same time. We'll explain it when they return.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. At Stella at 5 Points, living isn't just about having an apartment, it's about living artfully. Imagine waking up with the upscale feel of Atlanta or Nashville right here in the heart of Huntsville. Modern, stylish apartments, open layouts, stainless steel appliances, and resort-inspired amenities. Nestled in vibrant 5 Points, you'll enjoy walkability, parks, dining, and quick access to downtown without the chaos. Stella at 5 Points. Live artfully. Live Stella.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is extremely proud to have recently received numerous awards, including being voted Best Wings in the state of Alabama. Other awards received include Best All-Around Restaurant, Best American Restaurant, #1 Sports Bar, Best Chef, Best Wings, and Best Dining Experience. Thank you for 43 legendary years, and we look forward to providing you an award-winning dining experience at every visit. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Firehawk Aerospace is a non-traditional defense contractor advancing the state of propulsion to strengthen the U.S. Defense Initiative. Founded in 2019, Firehawk Aerospace established early leadership in manufactured propulsion with the development of 3D printed hybrid rocket fuel grains. Visit firehawkaerospace.com to learn more. That's firehawkaerospace.com.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com. Football season and Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. The perfect combination of good times and great food. This season, score big with one of our chef-inspired expressions of pure burger amazingness. Our delicious burgers are made with premium Angus beef, and you can pair it with one of our signature cocktails or a cold craft beer from our huge selection. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar on the Parkway in Huntsville and our new location at Cliff Farm, Highway 72 in Madison.
The Tom Abraham Show. Weekdays beginning at noon on 97.7 ESPN The Zone and WZZN TV.
There you go. There you go. Someone's high on cocaine.
On their own supply.
Oh, that's in reference to the College Football Playoff Committee. Last week it sounded like a little bit on Notre Dame. This week, did you compare them in some way? Yeah. All right, 256-576-4977. If you want to join the program, feel free to do so. Let's go out and visit on the phone lines real fast. Let's get in Bama Bino this morning. Good morning, sir.
Happy Thanksgiving, sir. How are you?
Hey, good morning.
Yes, sir.
This is Bama Bino. Good, happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. I love you.
Yes, sir.
You know, I always advocate for you. We know what they're going to have instead of like traditional Americans like us, turkey for Thanksgiving. Some of these people are going to have word salads like Kamala. But anyway, just mainly want to tell everybody, all our listeners, happy Thanksgiving, and let's remember why we're having it and be thankful that we're still able to do so. And I'm not going to make a prediction on the game because I don't have any consistent pattern to go on to make any common sense decision as to what's going to happen. I can't believe it's coming down to a kicker.
I sure as hell hope it doesn't.
I don't
Auburn's
either.
got that advantage, Bambino, without a doubt.
I don't either. But I know in defense of coaches, it's not always coaches' fault, not always players' fault. Sometimes it's a little of both. But, they've got a shuffleboard they've got to deal with. The players moving, you're not knowing who your roster is going to be. And they can't develop a program like Saban done or a lot of these coaches that won. They're all constantly having to replace and replenish and recruit their own coaches, recruit their own players. It's changed the game, and I kind of predicted it would, and it's obvious it's going to change the game instead of fundamentals. And I'm a big fundamental guy, I guess but it's hard. It's just I know it's hard to coach guys, but I just don't see any improvement on certain areas, and not everything is one fault of the other, but I just like to see an improvement each week on whatever the weakness of any team is that I follow, and I'm not seeing that with certain things. Now you follow it more, and you may see certain areas where we've improved, but we can't block, we can't. I don't know, if you can't protect quarterback, it wouldn't matter if you had Terry Bradshaw back there. I don't see. You don't have time to do much, but I love watching it, and it's interesting, and glad we have a good show like you guys covering for us. And I got a buddy of mine, Jay Bird, smoking us a turkey today for tomorrow. He does a lot of smoking and stuff for Boston butts and turkeys, stuff like that. And I'm going to go pick it up a little while for tomorrow, and just hope y'all enjoy a safe holiday.
You too, Bambino. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family and everyone over there on Sand Mountain.
Yes,
appreciate it.
And everybody's Plainview Bears on Friday night. Let's go Pruitts.
So
there you go. I'm a Pruitt guy.
Yes, sir. We all
thanks,
are.
Thanks, Bambino. Let's get Wolverine Dan in real fast. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
All right. How about Ryan from Huntsville?
What up, Ryan?
Hey, what's going on, guys? So, looking forward to the game on Saturday. I think we'll win, but as always, it's always curse material. Could go either way, but I want to get back to that long time rivalry where there's actual competition. What is it going to take for Auburn to get back to a state where they're a threat every year instead of, this curse voodoo stuff where what is their issue going back 10 years, to get back to when they won it all and actually, provided real in-state threat to us. I'm a huge Alabama fan, but I want them to have some success too. So the Iron Bowl actually means more. It's just what do you think the root causes are with their decade-long collapse so far?
Well, because they held on to Gus Malzahn too long, and then they made two terrible hires in Brian Harsin and the Reverend. That's what happened. And I got two words for you. They hired John Summerall. It's back to World War III. And I'm just saying it'll be like Coach Perkins and Coach Dye, and they're going to be blood and gut Iron Bowls every year. You hire a great young coach like that who's going to beat Charlotte like a redheaded stepchild on Saturday and move on to the American Championship game, then
1 in
Auburn's
10 Charlotte, by the way.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
And so, and like I say, then I think the rivalry is going to be, they already got good players, but then they're actually going to get something called coaching. And, and then John would do a great job. We'll see if
John
that's
has
where he
coached. When he was at Troy, coached in the Sun Belt Championship game. He's gotten Tulane to the American Championship game. Everywhere he's been, he's coaching a conference championship game.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, so
this will be 4 years in a row if he wins Saturday.
Yeah. So
And I would bet my house on it.
So there's this whole meme phrase, and some of it holds true, some of it's just trolling, by the Alabama side of the house. But they need to get away from that whole thing of all they do every year is to strive to beat Alabama, and they need to start striving for national championships. Have a good day.
Thanks. All right, let's get Wolverine Dan in. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dan.
Hey, what's up, bro? I just got done. I just came in the house, and my car smelled like a French bakery, bro.
Nice.
I got me some fresh baguettes that are still warm, guys. I mean, oh God, I'm starving. I'm gonna get into this in a second. But first off, happy Thanksgiving for both you guys and everybody in the listening audience. The thing is, when you're younger, you kind of free will. You go do things and don't really, you hear blows in the wind. You're all over the place. As you get older, you try to make up for what you didn't do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what Thanksgiving to me means. You're always trying to do step above beyond that you did the year before. And my house is going to be loaded with people, man. I'm cooking my butt off. And like I said, I went to the French bakery and everything. I wanted to touch on a couple things. So first off, did you know the Michigan Ohio State rivalry, we've been ranked 50 times since we started playing each other. What do you think of that?
I mean, it's a great rivalry. It's the second best in college football.
Whoa. I know you're gonna do that.
Yep.
All right, so let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Which one means more this year? Is it the Iron Bowl or is it the Michigan Ohio State game?
Nobody in this room right now gives a rat's ass about Michigan and Ohio State. Okay, we're talking about Alabama and Auburn. Michigan is on a good run right now. They're about to get flattened by Ohio State this time.
You think so? You think so?
The freshman Underwood is fixing to get indoctrinated by the freshman Julian Saying. That's what's about to happen. Ohio State's going to burn the house down, and they're going to win this game and stay undefeated. And Michigan's going back to whatever podunk bowl they're going to.
Whoa. Yeah, like the last time we beat them twice.
Even the sun shines on a dog's ass one day. And Michigan won both of them. I got no problem with that. But how many trophies does Alabama have? A lot more than Michigan's got.
Go with that. I have 12.
Yeah.
I have 12.
And Alabama's got 18 and should have about 21. Alabama is the greatest college football program in history. There ain't no debate.
Lord have mercy. I got a baguette for you, bro. I'll make you feel better.
Thank you, man. I'm not in the mood. Thanks. Appreciate it. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
It's no more Thanksgiving, Drew.
Hope Detroit wins their Thanksgiving Day game. That's about all I'll say. Because they had to draft Alabama football players to be worth 10 cents. Thank you very much.
Hey, I am thankful for that. I tell you what, Scotty, 22 miles an hour. God, that guy is like lightning. Thank you. So, hey, I'm going to give you an RTR in that one, bro.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, best player in football, best running back they've drafted since Barry Sanders, who's the best broken field runner in the history of the game.
All right, and
they didn't win anything.
I'm going to say this, Drew. Be thankful for a lot of things, and always be thankful that you've got Wolverine Dan to call in, because it's a Big Ten perspective, and I do bring other stuff, and I've always told you I love the state and the people. I just don't like the football team, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I ain't no Michigan fan. Later.
See you, brother.
Well, I think we do pretty good with the Big Ten perspective without having to go to Michigan. That's right.
You're an Iowa
Some
guy.
people forget that. All right, let's get B. Rich in real fast. Good morning, B. Rich.
I just about had enough, though.
Hey, standing ovation, Drew. Standing ovation, my man.
Hey, man, I love Dan, but the Big Ten can go stick.
Well, thanks.
I love it. I love it, Drew. And
you
I
hate your
need
coach,
this energy.
I'm just tired of him.
Okay,
tired. I am tired of him.
That's a better term to use.
I'm tired of him. Yes.
And I'm tired of Michigan.
I love it. I love it, my man. Let me tell y'all what I'm tired of. I'm tired of Alabama doom and gloomers. Oh, my God. The game's in Jordan Hare. The Indian burial ground curse is going to strike again. let me tell you something I know about the Iron Bowl. Historically, the better team always wins. Well, there ain't no doubt who the better team is this year. You just got to go out there and prove it. I mean, come on, Bama fans, doom and gloomer Bammers, get your head out of your rear end. Quit living in fear. Oh, my God, we haven't improved. Oh, my God, the kicker. Oh, my God. Wake up. The better team's going to come down to a damn kick. Go out there and handle your business. Go out there and be the more physical team. Go out there and show them you don't give a damn about their crowd, about their curse, about their voodoo. To punch them in the face, you're the better team. Show it. And if they're who I think they are, they'll do that. So don't give me all this crap. It's like the doom and gloomers are just waiting for an excuse. I mean, my God, they're ready to fire, DeBoer. They're ready to fire Womack. If anything goes wrong, they're ready to turn on this team. Have some freaking fortitude. It's like you people didn't learn a damn thing over the entire Saban era. Trust the process. Dominate your box. Line up and whip the guy in front of you, man. Have some freaking mental toughness. Be better. There's a reason they're the second stepchild in this state. Show them. Sick of it, man. Grow a pair, Bama Nation. Hey, Drew, on a softer note, tell your parents that the Ritchie household sends them a happy Thanksgiving, and I really do appreciate you guys.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thanks, B. Rich. Boy,
happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. And
he's
I'll just
feeling
say
it. Feeling it this morning, isn't he?
I'll piggyback off something B. Rich just said. Play well enough where the kicker don't matter. Just tell him, kick the damn extra points through the uprights, or we're going to put you on a bus and send you somewhere where you don't want to go. Maybe you could spend Thanksgiving in Somalia or somewhere. Kick the ball through the upright.
Does the fact that Auburn has seemed to have found an offensive groove affect anything with this ball game?
Well, it could. We'll see. But, I mean, heck, man, they've been playing three quarterbacks. And in the last two games, with the bye included in between, they've played better. But they haven't faced Alabama's defense either. Because I'm going to tell you something. Alabama's defense is better than Vanderbilt's. All right? Okay. There's no question about that. They're playing really well. I mean, I think Kane Womack this will probably be one of the last couple games he's at. Maybe he might have 3 left, 4 maybe, because he's probably going to be the next head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks. We'll see about that, especially with the word. It looks like Eric Morris is going to leave North Texas and go to Oklahoma State.
Yes.
I mean, so
Jim Mora Jr., by the way, is going to Colorado State.
So Jim Mora Jr., I didn't see that, but he's been at UConn. I think they're 9-3 and beat half of the Bush leagues. They've beat half the ACC. So he's going to Colorado State and Fort Collins. Good for coach. I'd get out of UConn too, because all they give a rat's crap about is basketball, and they're great at it, both men's and women's. But, the football program is second rate, and he's done a good job reviving it because it looked like it was in the toilet for good. So, good for Coach Mora. But I would agree with B. Rich. To be honest with you, if I'm Alabama, I'm going to use this stupid-ass committee as motivation. They're telling me, you guys haven't played anybody. Notre Dame's played better teams than you have, despite the fact Notre Dame, the last time they won anything, I think there was VHS tapes. I don't even think they'd invented DVDs yet.
Alabama's specialty teams have not been very good.
And so they're totally insulting you, basically. They're saying you hadn't played anybody. You've played a tough schedule. Yeah. There's a lot of people saying that, Vegas knows, and I haven't checked the spread in a couple of days, but I know it was fluctuating between 3.5 and 5.5.
Well, the Iron Bowl is sitting at 6.5 right now.
It's at 6.5. Go in there.
It was 5.5, yes.
And freaking play football and show you're the better team, and then send Auburn to hiring John Summerall, to finally getting their heads out of their butts and hiring somebody that can coach and then fix their program. And then if you're Alabama and Kalen DeBoer, go down there, be 2-0 against your rival, finish off recruiting strong, go to Atlanta, burn their house down, win the SEC, control what you can control, shove it up their butt, be the SEC champ, and hell, maybe even get a bye. after that.
Oh, they wouldn't give them a bye. They'd still give Notre Dame a bye.
But they would still.
Oh, no, my bad. Notre Dame cannot have a bye.
Yeah, because they suck anyway. But anyway, because they don't play anybody.
Yeah,
but all I'm saying is, if you win the SEC championship, at worst, you're hosting a playoff game.
Right.
And hell, host Notre Dame. Bring them in. Beat the hell out of them and send them home. I'd play them anywhere. Bring it. Bunch of maggots. But first, you got to take care of Auburn. And
yes, we got to do that game first.
But I'd play Notre Dame anywhere. Don't give a rat's ass about them.
Do you dislike Notre Dame worse than Tennessee?
No. If they played each other, I'd wish that everybody fell into a hole. You know those rugs where these dogs are freaking out?
Yes.
That's what I'd hope would happen to both those pissant programs.
7:33 on a Wednesday morning. By the way, this is our final show for the week. So if you want to get in on your Iron Bowl thoughts and whatever else,
empty the tank.
Empty it all out this morning. Empty it all out. This is the Empty It All Out show. 7:34 on a Wednesday morning, 256-576-4977. Feel free to do so. We got to get a break in. More Talking Ball after this.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. It's going to be a chilly night across the Tennessee Valley. Temperatures dropping into the mid and upper 30s. A mostly sunny sky for your Thanksgiving, but we are going to be on the cooler end of the spectrum. Temperatures only going to climb into the mid and upper 40s, and then we drop into the mid and upper 20s as we head into the overnight early Black Friday. A mostly to partly sunny sky for your Black Friday. Temperatures climbing, once again, only into the mid 40s.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone and West Point grad Joe Ross of Higher Echelon is giving you 4 chances a day to qualify to win tickets to this year's Army-Navy game. Joe is a former Army football captain, and now Higher Echelon's mission is to optimize organizational performance to meet the rapidly changing, complex requirements of today's business world. We've got an Army-Navy trivia question for you. Get the question right, and you're in for the drawing on November 26th to win tickets to this year's game.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
Have you ever turned your back on God? Have you ever absolutely known the right thing to do and just turned around and walked away in disobedience? I know that I have. Aren't we thankful for our great and merciful God who loves us and forgives us and remembers our sin no more? I'm so thankful that his mercies are fresh every day. I need that, and I suspect you do too. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, and if you're looking for a church home, come see us. We're smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison, and check us out at cpcfamily.org.
Does it really matter which dealership you buy from? Short answer, yes it does. Hello, I'm Don Wessels for Woody Anderson Ford. Before you buy, take just a minute to check out the dealership itself, because where you buy can make all the difference. Sure, customer reviews tell you what others think, and that's good. But when Ford Motor Company itself recognizes a dealer, that's something special. Woody Anderson Ford has earned Ford's Triple Crown Award, an honor achieved by only the top 1% of Ford dealers in America. It's based on superior customer satisfaction, sales excellence, and exceptional service performance. In other words, the best of the best. So when you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, come see how we earned our Triple Crown status. Superior service, sales excellence, over-the-top delivery, that's Woody Anderson Ford. And we hope to see you soon.
Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app.
Drinking and dreaming, knowing damn well I can't go.
So let's recap what we've done in the first 37 minutes. we told our 8th grader prognosticator that if it comes down to Connor Talty, we better tell his dad to get a drink.
Well, and I think our 8th grader prognosticator, he ain't going to say specialty teams. He's got a higher football IQ than the idiots that are picking the rankings.
We heard from the College Football Playoff Committee Executive Director Rich Clark, who referred to it as specialty teams.
In other words, he's reading Football for Dummies while he's looking at these rankings.
We have delivered a locker room message to Alabama on what they need to do from not only for the Iron Bowl, but for the SEC championship and beyond. What would be the Iron Bowl message, locker room message for Auburn?
Win. Try to get DJ Durkin the head coaching job since the players seem to love him, because that would give him, I still think, an above average chance. I know everybody's saying he's running third, but just if you win a Iron Bowl and the euphoria and all that crap, and then if Lane Kiffin does leave, I'm just telling you, it could be a Lucy Charlie Brown situation. John Summerall could end up at Ole Miss. There's a lot of crap that could happen. I'm just saying, but if you're Auburn, you're trying to win. You're trying to get to a bowl game. You're trying to win a bowl game. You're trying to have a winning season for the first time in 4 years, because this would be the 5th straight if you don't get it done inside Jordan-Hare Stadium. Period. End of story.
There you go. So tomorrow is Thanksgiving, by the way. Happy Thanksgiving again to everybody paying attention, listening to us this morning. And they don't make TV shows like this anymore. I know I want to talk college basketball, but they don't make TV shows like this anymore. And if you hear this clip, you know exactly what show I'm talking about from back in the day. It's Thanksgiving. You've got to be able to at least play this at least one time.
W. Gentlemen, what a sight. The copter seems to be circling the parking area now. I guess it's looking for a place to land. No, something just came out of the back of the helicopter. It's a dark object. Perhaps a skydiver plummeting to the earth from only 2,000 feet into the air. To the third. There's no parachutes yet. I can't tell just yet what they are, but oh my God, they're turkeys! Oh, Johnny, can you get this? Oh, they're crashing to the earth right in front of our eyes! One just went through the windshield of a parked car! Johnny, this is terrible. The cars running around, pushing each other. Oh my goodness! Oh, the humanity!
WKRP in Cincinnati. That's Les Nessman and the Great Turkey Drop. Oh my God. They dropped frozen turkeys from the helicopter.
Nice.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, 256-576-4977. They just don't make them like that anymore. Let's move into a little college basketball from last night. Alabama taking on UNLV out in Las Vegas, day 2 of the Players Era Festival. The Tide get it done 115-76 over the Running Rebs. That output for Alabama last night, the highest neutral site scoring output in school history, topped 113 points against BYU last year's Sweet 16 performance. It's also the second highest point total in program history, 115 points. Aiden Holloway, career night, 26 points, 9 of 14 from the field, 5 of 6 from behind the arc, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. 5 other Tide players scoring double figures. Houston Millett, 19 points. So a night after you call both of them out, Houston Millett
played like dead men,
and Aiden Holloway in the loss to Gonzaga, they respond 19 and 26 respectively.
And they did what they needed to do. I didn't ever buy into the fact that UNLV is the home team, blah, blah, blah. Alabama had already won on the road in the Garden against St. John's. They'd already, of course, won basically a road game against Illinois, and UNLV is terrible. They beat Memphis, but like I've said a million times.
Who hasn't? Yeah.
I mean, Penny's team's not very good. So I just felt like this was a game that Alabama had to have. You didn't want to drop a a game to a rebuilding team under Josh Pastner, and Alabama did not. I mean,
no, they had
played
14
exceptional
season high 14 offensive rebounds, out-rebounded the Rebels 48-28 last night.
Yeah, I mean, it was a complete performance. I mean, they could have scored 120 in this game. I mean, they shot it really well. They rebounded it. They defended. They continued to methodically pull away. And, it was 20-15 early. UNLV stayed in it early, but Alabama went on a run. And then, by halftime, they're up 51-36. And, NATO's continued. They continued to pour it on. And now they've got a tough matchup tonight, yet again, the same time slot.
11 o'clock.
Midnight basketball. Roger Hoover, Brian Pasek will be on the call as they take on Buzz Williams and Maryland. And Buzz Williams and Maryland got a piece of that Gonzaga team, too. The Zags beat them 39-100-61. And like Scott's already said, thanks to, another committee that doesn't know anything about, freaking point differentials and all these stupid tiebreakers. Well, anyway, Michigan and Gonzaga are going to play for the title, even though the Tennessee Volunteers have had a great run down there and took care of the Houston Cougars and Kelvin Sampson, and they're an exceptional basketball team. But, I'm never going to complain when Tennessee doesn't win something, so whatever. But Tennessee's really good. And the SEC, once again, of course, I found it interesting that Wolverine Dan didn't want to talk any basketball because his Michigan Wolverines destroyed Auburn. I mean, they're playing for this thing. But I would say I think everybody understands that until a further notice, the SEC is the king of college basketball because the Big Ten hadn't won anything since I had, some hair that wasn't gray.
Here's Nate Oates real fast after the win last night.
Obviously played a lot better. I was really impressed with our effort on the glass. And you know, if he's banged up, they're going to be a lot better. Josh going to get the culture right. He's got some athletes. When they get healthy, be a lot better. But we typically play pretty well after a loss around here. I thought guys answered the bell pretty well. I thought LeBaron and Holloway both came out moving the ball like we wanted them to do. Got us a bunch of open shots. We didn't hit them early. Houston started 0 for 4 on 4 great looks, but he's a guy with a lot of confidence. He's just going to keep taking open looks. He came out and said, man, the ball feels great. Coming off, they're going to start dropping. And then after he started 0 for 4, he went 4 for 8. Holloway took the right shots. Wished he would have taken a few more. I thought he passed up some. He ended up going 5 of 6, but I think it's a career high, season high for Biss with 26, not career season high with him with 26. But the reboundings were I was most happy with. We were plus 20 on the glass, plus 4 on the offensive boards. Aiden Sherrill had 4 boards. Aiden led us in rebounding with 8 in just under 13 minutes.
Little Nate Oates there after the win last night against UNLV.
And they kept the minutes down, too, because if you're playing 3 games in 3 days, you're going to need your legs against a team like Buzz Williams and Maryland. They're going to come after you hard. They're going to try to bounce back, too, because they weren't very good. So if you need to have some depth when you're playing an event like this.
All right, let's get a break in. When we come back, we will fill you in on what happened between Auburn and Michigan and who is playing for the $1 million NIL in the Players Era Championship. We'll fill you in who's playing for 3rd place and what are they going to get to play for.
The specialty championship game.
Coaches, get your specialty teams ready. You never know when you're going to need them.
Drink.
Gotta get a break in. More Talking Ball when we return.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at All About Water. Crazy name, huh? Well, let me introduce you to them. All About Water is the top pond builder anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, and that includes remodeling or cleaning out existing ponds as well. They also have monthly maintenance plans for your pond. Don't have a pond? Well, how about a fountain or water feature for your property to bring that soothing sound of running water to your happy place? On the other hand, Maybe you have water on your property that you don't want. Well, Ryan at All About Water is all about water, so he could take care of that as well. He has a background in fluid dynamics, and what that means is that he can take care of any water issue that you have. Finally, how about that irrigation system that you have or that you want? Well, they do installs and maintenance and repairs on those as well because they are all about water. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com.
Hi, my name is Dan Aldridge. I'm here to let you know about the Aldridge Law Firm and the soon-to-be-announced Legal Town Center. I've been practicing law in Alabama since 1984, and I also practice in Tennessee. And I'm from North Alabama, and I'm here to represent you and take care of your legal needs. For many of us, hiring an attorney is not high on the priority list, and maybe a little scary. But it's something that we all need at some point. So by all means, do your homework. And if you need representation for car accident, wrongful death, medical malpractice, nursing home abuse, or estate planning, or any other matter, just give us a call at 256-534-3188. And you can email me at Dan, that is Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. God bless America.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Don't you wish that you had some secrets to help you get an edge on your business competition? Wouldn't it be great if someone could solve challenges at your company that you don't have the time or expertise to fix on your own? You know, there is a solution. Higher Echelon is a world-class consulting firm based in Huntsville that trains employees in sports psychology secrets to drastically improve work performance. Founder Dr. Joe Ross is retired Army who played and later coached for the cadets and has put that experience to good use. Higher Echelon helps organizations shave hundreds of hours off work time by improving processes, and Higher Echelon helps organizations save and make more money by walking them through technology updates and implementations. You don't have to go it alone, and you don't have to stay stuck. Higher Echelon is a trusted partner in organizational excellence. Go to higherechelon.com. That's HIGHERECHELON.com today to take your company to the next level. Go higher and go Army.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
Well, the midnight headlight find you on a rainy night, street grade up ahead, slow me down, making no time. I gotta keep rolling.
Welcome back, Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN The Zone. I got to ask you, I got to ask you about this, and I told you about this going in.
Rabbit.
Yep, I told you about this going into the Hoops Giving Spectacular over there at Huntsville High.
And it was spectacular.
There
was a lot of people over there flipping near 11 o'clock last night watching a team that got the hell beat out of them the day before. But I'm going to tell you what.
Because you had the chance. So this whole 6-7 craze that's going on right now. And by the way, yesterday, UAH, by the way, gets a sweep. They play at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock yesterday. UAH missed it. I think they should have had an elementary school day yesterday, invited all of the elementary kids out there for a school day and just had a bunch of elementary kids out there. But this whole 6-7 craze with the elementary and middle school kids is a phenomenon. And it carried over into your Hoops Giving tournament yesterday.
Yeah, there was chants. There was people going crazy. What would have been a Huntsville High student section was some kind of Tay Kenny student section. I don't know. They're all going nuts, chants, all
because he was part of this whole he helped start this whole 6-7 craze.
Yeah. He's one of the top 5 players in the country. Probably going to go to Kentucky or Kansas. Who knows? He hadn't signed with anybody yet. He had 11 points last night. Quite frankly, the night before, I didn't think he played very well, and they got beat by Bartlett out of Memphis.
Right.
Of course, both the teams are ranked in the top 10 in the country. I'm sitting here saying all this, but, they played a hell of a basketball team, and Bartlett, Deion Reel's their coach, and they beat Huntsville a couple years ago, came over and ended a long winning streak for Huntsville and won a very close one. They've got a great program, and they're both a bunch of freshmen and sophomores, and they beat that RWE OTE out of Atlanta. That's who this 6'7" Tay Kenny.
And we're
guy's
not talking
playing
about
for.
6'7".
No, whatever the hell. I don't even know. But I'm just saying that this damn roster's so loaded at RWE. First of all, I didn't have a roster. I just had, basically an assistant coach come over and write down last names, and the last names are Kenny, that's 6'7" guy, whatever. That's Hill, Frazier, Mercer, probably Ron Mercer's son for all I know. Miller, Robinson, a white boy that can jump out the gym, and then another white boy that can jump out the gym. Izard, neither one of them are freaking 6'5", but both of them can play. And then Clyde Walters, formerly of Pinson Valley. He went to, I guess, New Hampshire or somewhere last year and played prep school ball. Now he's miraculously calling himself Glitzy, and he's now at RWE OTE, and he got offered by Alabama when he's a sophomore. And then a guy named Jop, who he doesn't have a lot of offensive skill, but he's long and athletic. And I'll just say, I felt bad for Hamilton Heights out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, because they were the sacrificial lamb after RWE lost, which doesn't happen often. It was bad, real bad. But at least I'll just say that we had a running clock in the fourth quarter to get the hell out of there and give the fans what they wanted, which was to camp out outside Huntsville High's locker room and take pictures with 6'7". That's all I know. It was nuts. I mean, it's 10:30 at night, and these people it's like Elvis is in the building, man. I mean, we've had, and I'll be honest with you, this Kenny guy's good, but he's not better than LeBaron Philon. And we didn't have people going nuts about LeBaron Philon, like they're going nuts about this kid. I ain't never seen anything like it.
Did you get your picture made?
Hell no. I was just trying to get the hell out of there. I didn't leave the freaking gym till 11. I mean, geez. It was a long friggin' day.
Did anybody hit 67?
What do you do? I don't even know what the hell that is, by the way. I still don't understand it. I don't either. Is that like specialty teams?
He did it.
Is that like specialty teams?
Our producer, Brody, gave it to you. Yeah.
What is it, Brody? What the hell is it?
I have no idea.
See, what were you doing? Is it this? Whatever. I don't care.
We need, I bet you I know somebody, Grady could probably educate us more on it.
Hell, he's smarter than the committee.
He knows the difference between special teams and specialty teams.
Yeah, and he doesn't like kickers either.
Oh, my goodness. Our final show of the week. We will not be here tomorrow. We will not be here on Friday. So we do want to make sure we wish everybody a huge, happy Thanksgiving. Safe travels if you're headed anywhere. If you got family coming into town, hope everybody arrives safe because.
And I'm going to apologize publicly to the Wilson Academy head basketball coach. He's a good dude. His name's Corey Cameron. I tried to email you and text you a stat sheet. It didn't work. Said the freaking email address wasn't in existence, and for whatever reason, it wouldn't let me text it to his phone. So if you're listening, Coach, I apologize. But they were a last-minute replacement anyway for Cedar Grove. But it was a good 2 days of basketball over at the Hoops event. Chris Williams, his crew, they did a hell of a job. Coach Swears, Huntsville High hosted it. They did a great job. There's a lot of people in the gym, man, and a lot of energy. I know the Into Hoops has been going on over at Bob Jones, 11th year for Coach Tiggs and those guys. They got their finals tonight. That'll be another interesting matchup. That'll be Gadsden City and Auburn. That's going to be your matchup in the finals. So two teams from out of town, but two really good basketball teams. And man, I'm going to tell you what, like I said, we saw some high-level competition. I thought the game of the day yesterday was actually the first one, and that was Berkmar out of Georgia, man. They got a great squad, and they beat Huntsville High in overtime 70-65. Crimson Panthers' first loss, but it was a heck of a game, man.
Let's get Sean real fast before the break. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Sean.
Good morning. This 6'7" stuff, I asked my kid. I got one that turned 12 yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And one that's 17. I asked them both last week. I said, what is this 6'7" stuff? Because they keep
Uh-oh.
Oh, my gosh.
Did we lose you? Have we got you?
No, I'm here.
All right, it
Go
kind of
ahead,
cut
say it
out
again,
right as
say
you
it
were
again.
explaining what 6'7" is.
Well, they don't even know. They said, I don't know. It's just in a rap song. They say that in a rap song, and that's what started all this.
A rap song.
This is crazy.
So it's like you're imaginary juggling in a rap song.
I don't know.
Yeah, no problem. All right, guys. See you.
All right, thanks, Sean.
Thank you, Sean. Happy Thanksgiving.
By the way, UAH does get a win last night over Point, or yesterday afternoon. Drew, they were 15 of 19 in the first half from behind the arc, shot 78%. They led 65-30 at halftime. They win 117-64, do the men. And on the women's side, head coach Alan Sharp and company, they knock off Cumberland 89-63. So the Chargers net a couple wins there. Both are off until Saturday. The women back home Saturday, men on the road. We're going to talk college football. Vince Ferrara next.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Alabama-Auburn meet in the Iron Bowl at Jordan-Hare Stadium on Saturday. The Crimson Tide laying 5.5 points, a total 47.5. UAB 8.5-point underdogs at Tulsa, 59.5 the total at Chapman Stadium. It's Troy plus 6.5 at Southern Miss at M.M. Roberts Stadium, and Texas State laying 9.5 at home with South Alabama. Atlanta Falcons Sunday, 2.5-point road favorites at the New York Jets. College basketball today, Auburn a 5.5-point dog against St. John's in Las Vegas. Alabama laying 13.5 points against Maryland, 163.5 the total. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
This hour brought to you by SportsMed Orthopedic and Spine Center. Online at sportsmedalabama.com. Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
It's hour 2 of Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Scott Tyson, Drew DeArmond, welcome back in. SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, dedicated to providing care that improves lives, helping us get everything going on a Wednesday morning, our final show of the week. Again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Safe travels if you're traveling. Safe travels to your family if they're traveling in. One of the things we did not touch on, and since we are bringing in Vince Ferrara, I guess it does fit. Tennessee does knock off Houston in basketball. We mentioned that. They do go 2-0 in the Players Era Festival, but because of point differentials, there are a couple teams with 2-0s, Michigan and Gonzaga. Both of them have better point differentials, so they will play for the $1 million. The winning team gets $1 million. The loser
tell
gets.
me who Tennessee played the first game, because they beat Houston the second.
I forget who they played in the first game, but they beat Tennessee and Kansas will play for the third place game. The winner of that one will get $300,000. The loser gets $200,000. So Michigan Gonzaga for the title, $1 million there. The loser gets $500,000. So you've got that there. Just because we're bringing in Vince Ferrara.
They beat Rutgers by 25, 85-60 in their other game. And Rutgers does suck, but you know what conference they play in, Scott?
The Big Ten.
Exactly. The sorry ass Big Ten.
All right. Well, Vince Ferrara probably got other more important things to worry about than that because Tennessee is hosting Vanderbilt on Saturday. Wow.
This is as big a game in this rivalry as
Raise
we've had in a while.
Raise your hands if you would have had back in Atlanta that Vanderbilt would be the team needing a win to get into the college football playoffs, not Tennessee in Atlanta.
I thought they would have a good football team, but I didn't think they would be in contention. I thought Diego, the motor mouth, was just, flapping it to flap it and just trying to, Johnny boy it. But, I mean, I will say this. Unlike Johnny Boy, he's actually backed it up, and Johnny's a washed-up has-been. But Diego is, going to have probably a statue of himself at Vanderbilt, especially if Clark Lee stays, and I think he's going to. And, and quite frankly, somebody should have asked Hunter, you're a dumb, if, Vanderbilt's case, because I think they've played a tougher schedule than Notre Dame, too, but who hasn't?
All right. Is Vince with us? Not yet?
Not yet. Give him a couple minutes.
So
Give him a couple minutes.
You mentioned that.
About 8:05.
And, okay, I'm looking through the transcript real fast because we played the one quote about specialty teams.
Yeah, specialty teams.
Specialty teams.
Uh-huh.
There was a lot of questions. Again, when I say this, there was about two
co-hosts of yours that would have said specialty teams.
Yes.
Then got sued twice.
Yes.
It's been fired by every radio station she ever worked for.
Because Broadway.
Because Broadway Joe
never played. Because Joe Willie never played for Alabama. But he was not. So I'm going through the transcript.
Canasico.
Yes. We could just go on and on.
Yeah.
We could just go on and on.
The hits just keep on coming.
They do just keep like frozen turkeys from the sky.
We could have interviewed Hall of Famer Minka Fitzpatrick, at the at SEC Media Days instead of having a Facebook Live.
Anyway, my point is,
happy Thanksgiving anyway.
My point is, we heard from the committee with the little clip there earlier in the show. I'm looking through the transcript. There was not one question yesterday asked. There were several questions asked about Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss, but there was not one question asked yesterday about where does Vanderbilt stand as far as possibly being left out, possibly getting into the college football playoffs. Vanderbilt stays at Vanderbilt number 14 behind 2-loss Utah. Vanderbilt, keep this in mind, Vanderbilt is behind 2-loss Utah, 2-loss Miami, 2-loss Notre Dame, 2-loss Oklahoma, and 2-loss Alabama.
Well, we're going to talk to our next guest. He's rocking and ready. He's got a busy morning. He's had a busy day already as he and his buddy John Wilkerson, they've been on a remote. And, of course, they host the daily sports talk from 5 to 8 Central Time, 6 to 9 Eastern. And that is Vince Ferrara of the Sports Animal 99.1 in Knoxville, Tennessee. Vince, thank you again for carving out some time. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. And I know you're especially thankful. We hope that you're feeling good right now. Thank you for joining us. And I'll just start it off. Are Vanderbilt and Tennessee both being disrespected?
Great to be on with you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys and everybody listening. I don't know about disrespected. I'm not really. I mean, Tennessee, sure, it would. Do they have the potential? Would they probably beat some teams ahead of them? I think so. But in terms of deserving where their ranking is, Tennessee has played some tough teams. The SEC is the best conference. So, yeah, you're going to have a good strength of schedule. There's no doubt. But they don't have any great wins. They don't have any top 25 wins. So even with that schedule, to me, the more important thing is who you beat versus who you lost to.
Amen. We've been saying that.
That doesn't seem to be across the board, though. Some people, including Hunter Yurachek, sometimes will point out losses to good teams and all that. Yes, Tennessee lost the three best teams they played, but they still lost. So At some point, I think the wins should validate you more than the losses. So that being said, Tennessee also had some of the bottom tier teams in the league that they played. A couple of those games they didn't win in convincing fashion, like Arkansas and Mississippi State. Maybe the committee looks at stuff like that. So I don't really have a huge problem with it. I mean, should they be ahead of USC? I think so. But, to me, it's not like blasphemous or anything. And then, Vanderbilt, again, some of the better teams that they played, they lost to, and some of the teams that they beat were supposed to have better seasons than what they did end up having like on LSU. So I don't think it's a big deal. Look, if Vanderbilt wins this game, depending on what happens, they can still get in. But an SEC team with 2 losses, it's hard to see them not getting in. But if they put Michigan in ahead of Vanderbilt, then yeah, I think you'll have that. And I think they set the table up for Michigan if they beat Ohio State. That's why they moved them up, so they're within striking distance of. If they beat Ohio State, then they can put them into the field.
Yeah,
and got to even things out a little bit. That's my theory.
Before Scott asks this question, I'm just going to say this one time, and I hope if Todd Miller's listening to this show right now, he may run off the road. But go Bucks, beat Michigan and get rid of them.
There you go. There you go.
So Vince, this year with Vanderbilt coming in ranked 14th, still have a shot for the college football playoffs. You've got Tennessee. I mean, they're holding in at 19, so it's still a ranked matchup. I know Tennessee and Georgia is big. Tennessee and Florida is supposed to be big, but obviously Florida was a disaster this year. So that game, you felt like Tennessee could stop the streak there. And we were asked this morning about Alabama and Auburn. Hey, Auburn has fallen off a little bit. What does Auburn have to do to get this rivalry back into the forefront? What is this year doing to this Vanderbilt-Tennessee rivalry? Is it escalating it anymore? Is it bringing it to a higher level?
Well, it's a different dynamic because Vanderbilt is ranked ahead of Tennessee, which you just don't see very often. I mean, I'm sure way back in the day, historically, it has happened, but you just don't see it very much. And maybe when James Franklin was the coach, it might have spiked up during some of Tennessee's lean years. But generally, you don't see Vanderbilt in this kind of position. I mean, they've never won 10 games before, so. That's a different dynamic, and I think some of the feeling has been definitely from the fans and from like former Tennessee players, like Kevin Simon, who played in the NFL, a great linebacker at Tennessee. He actually was in for John, who's calling Tennessee basketball in Vegas, and got a chance to see that amazing hoops game last night with Houston.
And they're getting screwed.
Yeah, that whole setup with a point differential is pretty wacky. Yeah, they're getting punished for having to play the best team in that second game. But anyway, so a lot of what the VFLs and fans have said is, hey, if we can't get in, Vanderbilt's not getting in. And you do not want that scoreboard for 365 days of them going to the college football playoff or beating you and having a better season than you on your ledger. It's just not comfortable for Tennessee fans. They're not used to it. They've owned the series historically. So there's plenty of motivation there from that standpoint. And look, they're coming off of their most complete game.
Yeah.
I know, Scott, you mentioned, they should have beaten Florida. Yeah, on paper, but we've seen many a Tennessee team better than Florida on paper going into a game, and then they lose in Gainesville. Even when the Gators wouldn't be any good, or they found ways to collapse and lose a game like that. So that was by no means any sort of given. They played their best, most complete game of the year, and that's how they're able to put Florida away early and take away any other hope. So you want to build on that. You want to get a better bowl game, all those kind of things. But it just we just don't lose to Vanderbilt pride thing. That probably right there at the top of the motivation for Tennessee fans.
Yeah, I was going to say that it had to be therapeutic to go to the swamp and burn it down, no matter what, even if Florida's terrible. Tennessee kind of exercised some demons. But I got to ask you, because you covered them, and you covered those teams. You covered Jordan Matthews. That was a really good Vanderbilt team. But is this the best Vanderbilt team you've seen?
It is. Pavia is a difference maker. Even when Franklin spiked up with that year, I thought they were a little bit more of a product of their schedule, whereas this year, last year, they've beaten really good teams. They don't beat themselves. They have a difference maker at quarterback. Everyone talks about Pavia, but they're really more than that. They're very fundamentally sound. He doesn't beat himself, and they don't beat themselves. Now, I get it. Against Alabama, he had a couple of turnovers. Tennessee had great success against him last year, where he wasn't nearly as effective as he was the rest of the season when they played Tennessee. But all in all, he protects the football while still making unbelievable plays. Has excellent wide receivers, and then probably the best tight end in the league in Stowers. So, stingy defense. They just don't beat themselves. So they're well-rounded with a difference maker at quarterback. So I do think this is the best Vandy team that I can remember seeing. So it won't be an easy any sort of, hey, history is just going to guide us to a victory because we're Tennessee and they have a V on their helmet. You got to bring it. Tennessee has improved in tackling the last couple of games, especially getting Arion Carter back at linebacker helped them a lot. But they have to be their best at tackling, because if you miss tackles with this guy, he's going to make you pay, and they're going to throw it over your head for 6.
Joey Aguilar will take to the field inside Neyland Stadium on Saturday. Will this be the last time we see him? You know exactly what you. I mean, is this the last time?
Exactly.
Yeah, is this the last time we see him, or will he be back next year?
Gosh, I honestly don't think that we know the answer to that. It depends on. I mean, we talked to Brent Hubbs from BallQuest about this, and we had Heath Schuler on, and Heath Schuler has worked in political office and kind of understands that a lot of times it depends on who the judge is that's assigned the case.
Yeah,
and just what they're feeling on it. So it's impossible to say. It's strictly a guess. You would think that things are trending towards the student athlete, but not always that way these days, but more often than not. So it would be an interesting twist because they have 5-star Faison Brandon, regarded by at least one service as the number 1 quarterback. I think the number 2 overall player on one service in the 2026 signing class. They have another highly rated quarterback in George McIntyre, 2 freshmen this year. And then Jake Merklinger, this year he's been in the program 2 years. So somebody's going to leave, especially if Aguilar comes back. That's just the nature of major college football. So, but you take that as long as it's not Brandon, because I think that guy is going to be an absolute star in college football. I think he's so much more ready for the college game than Nico was. Just built differently, just a different dynamic skill set that he brings to the table. And so, it's possible. But you got to it depends on who gets assigned that case and what they're thinking at the time. So it would be a crazy twist after it didn't look like that would be the case at all for him.
Well, I know you cover him every day. What does your gut tell you? Would Heupel like another year with Aguilar, or is he ready to move on?
No, I think he absolutely would take it. And, obviously it would give them, a year to develop Faison Brandon.
Right,
it makes
right.
it stressful. It makes it stressful because
a bridge.
Right. You have to recruit him on a daily basis to not hit the portal, but he's been committed to Tennessee for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He staved off many a school, including North Carolina, a school near him in North Carolina. So, and then also Faison Brandon was so invested in helping build this class. Tristan Keys, the top wide receivers in this class. There's so many other guys that he helped bring and develop this class with. Still, you would think that he would stay. And then, maybe a year of maturity and all that, even though physically he's close to there already. And then there's understanding the game. I think that would be a best case scenario actually for him, as long as, Brandon didn't immediately skip out. Other schools would would try to go there and make that and offer him opportunities. But he absolutely, because Joey Aguilar has meant so much to this Tennessee team. Without him this year, they're probably a 500 team and below 500 in the SEC. That's what a difference maker he has been for them, considering what they had in their room of guys that aren't ready to play yet. That's what Nico was banking on, but Nico wasn't banking on, okay, we'll just go find someone else and not just force feed one of these two guys not ready. We'll go find someone else. And they clearly did from where he ended up in that room, and they got a better version, a much better, more mature quarterback than Nico was.
Well, and since we know you know the difference between special teams and specialty teams, and we think you're smarter than Hunter Yurichek, we're going to put you on the spot. After this weekend, how many teams does the SEC deserve in the playoffs?
I'd say five. I'm fine with that. I mean, we haven't seen the chaos.
Right.
So to me, it's hard to kind of project that more things will open up for the SEC. So I would say five. I mean, really the only other would be Vanderbilt that I think could get in the mix. I think Texas is too far away, even beating A&M. I don't think they put them in a position like they did Michigan to make that big quick jump, beating a top undefeated team. So I will stick to five. And I would be cool with that. That will lead the way, I think.
And don't forget I just think be a boat anchor for Texas is losing to the Gators.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And then look, they've also, they've been so inconsistent. It wasn't that long ago that they barely won at Kentucky also and looked awful in doing so. The last couple of weeks has been better, but it still should be your complete body of work for the season. So yes, that will hurt them for sure if they're really giving the weight to the teams you lost to, like sometimes they do.
Well,
also, I just want to say, hey, Tennessee playing for third place at the Players Era Festival tonight. Going to bring home at least,
Kansas.
Yeah, 300,000 or 200,000. So
6-7, maybe that could be his team.
Yeah,
who knows?
They're at least going to come home with some cash.
My goodness, that game with Houston.
Wow,
that was Final Four quality. I could not take my eyes off of it. It was unbelievable. They showed that they're more than just Jacoby Gillespie, who's from Greenville, Tennessee, and Nate Ament, the 5-star. I mean, those guys had to kind of figure things out, especially Ament. But what a great learning experience, level up in competition, and they answered the bell and adapted during the game. Houston is so stinking good, too, and they're only going to get better also. What a game. That was so impressive.
Yeah, no question. Well, Vince, we appreciate the time. We know you got a busy morning, carving out some for us. We're very thankful for the friendship. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I'm sure you're going to eat very, very well. But again, we appreciate it and let everybody know how to follow you.
Yeah, thankful for you guys and our friendship as well. Appreciate it. Always fun to be on with you guys, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone listening as well. You can follow me on all the socials, Vince Sports, VINCE Sports. You may see some pictures of food. You may see pictures of me and my mini golden doodle Daphne. That's possible. And then obviously on Tennessee and SEC football. So all the socials, same handle, Vince Sports, and then the TV work at Sports Source Digital Network on YouTube.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. All right, let's get that break in, 256-576-4977. You can join us here in just a minute.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Best of all, now Thompson Tractor is making that investment even better with our Workhorse Special. Get 0% financing for 36 months on the purchase of a new Cat 255 compact track loader that comes with a 3-year warranty. You also get a 74-inch bucket and 1,000-hour filter kit. Great news. This offer is now extended through the end of December. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor. We're here for you.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at the service department at Woody Anderson Ford. When you need service on your vehicle, whether it's a Ford or any other make, you want to get into Woody Anderson Ford where their expert service technicians will get it diagnosed and repaired right away, the right way. And while you are there, check out all the new and pre-owned vehicles at Woody Anderson as well. They are ready to make you the best deal possible. Visit Woody Anderson Ford today.
Woody Anderson Ford on Jordan Lane in Huntsville, Hughes Road in Madison, and online at woodyandersonford.com.
This will turn journalism on its ear.
Watch our stream on WZZN TV on Twitch and YouTube.
But you are the greatest hero in American history.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You know, you make me feel so good inside. I've always wanted a girl just like you. You're such a purity.
Michael Jackson. I guess that's what you put on after Thanksgiving food and everything, when you're just sitting back, relaxing, taking it easy. Go-to dish tomorrow?
I always love the dressing, man. Love me some dressing.
Cornbread dressing or regular?
Both.
Both loaded up.
I'm not a hater, man. I don't discriminate with the dressing. Just give me some hot sauce.
Deviled eggs, yes or no?
No.
Out on deviled eggs.
Freddie Kirby would like some deviled eggs. I don't do them.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah.
Any dessert?
Oh yeah, I usually either coconut or pumpkin pie, something like that. You know, love me some pumpkin pie. Love me some coconut pie. Not really a cake person, but I can dig pie. Kentucky Derby pie, which is basically pecan pie with chocolate.
See, I'm out on pecan pie, though.
You don't like pecan pie?
No, out on that.
Got it.
Pumpkin pie, apple pie, any kind of cream pie we're in. We're good there. Macaroni and cheese got to be homemade, though. Don't give me, I mean, this is Thanksgiving. Don't give me any of that box crap. Got to be cornbread dressing, turkey, ham. Got to have it all. Got to have it all. The potatoes. Got to have it all. 256-576-4977. It's the number to the phone lines. Any kind of specialty food is always good. That's the word of the day today. Specialty.
So what's a specialty food for Thanksgiving?
I don't know. Any kind of any specialty. Just anything, I guess. Anything. Anything.
Turducken.
Turducken. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Brody, the go-to dish for tomorrow. Nothing?
Oh.
What? A kid. Anyway.
Turducken. I'd have to Google it.
It's turkey and duck.
Oh. We don't have duck.
Have you not heard of turducken?
No, I haven't heard of turducken. We don't have it. We have turkey.
Oh, Notre Dame has turducken.
Yeah. They also have overrated. What they ought to be eating is crow because they never win anything.
Turducken is a deboned chicken stuffed inside a deboned duck.
Yeah.
Which is then stuffed inside a deboned turkey with stuffing layered in between the birds.
See, we're going to have our more on to the year show, and B. Rich is going to fry another turkey. And he just gave us a preview here. See, because his wife, Carrie, who's an outstanding lady, makes a bourbon pecan pie. You may not want any, but I certainly would.
There's a lot of people that probably think you've been drinking some bourbon this morning.
She'd make me one. I didn't have any. I'm drinking Snapple tea right here. Mixed with water.
There's a lot of people that probably think you've been drinking bourbon this morning.
That's okay. B. Rich can confirm that. Hey, you remember the discount double check from Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
I was doing that at the end of the Alabama LSU game in 2012 with the A.J. McCarron, Kevin Norwood drive. And a guy beside me who was drunk as a skunk, he thought I was drunk. And he goes, and I said, well, I'm driving home. I'm going to leave here in just a little bit. And he's like, you're driving home? And I was like, I haven't had a drop. He's like, you're acting like this and you ain't drunk? I was like, I don't drink.
Cody Myers.
Very little.
Cody Myers says the turkey is going on the smoker around 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. He says Alabama 28, Auburn 20. That's his prediction.
I like it.
Oh, he says, what about sweet potato pie?
I like sweet potato casserole. We have that.
Right, right.
I like a lot of the crunchy
Brody,
stuff.
what's the dessert of choice for tomorrow? You got to have a dessert of choice.
Gatorade. I'm playing football tomorrow.
He's playing a turkey bowl game.
I'm just going down to Birmingham to play football.
You're not having any kind of Thanksgiving meal.
Thanksgiving dinner?
Nothing.
You're not even okay.
I'm kind of bothered by this.
I'm kind of floored. I thought he was going to say we're going to have dinner with his family afterward.
I mean, nothing? Nothing. All right, whatever. We got to get Travis Reier. Travis Reier will have a bunch of stuff in Jacksonville tomorrow, hopefully. We'll visit with him next, break down a lot of this SEC slate, college football slate, because there's a lot to break down. You got Georgia, Georgia Tech, Texas, Texas A&M, Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, a lot to get to. Travis Reier will do it all next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Travel accommodations for 97.7 ESPN The Zone provided by University Kia. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Mostly to partly sunny sky this afternoon, but it is going to be chilly across the Tennessee Valley. Temperatures probably going to fall off through the course of the afternoon, and then as we head into the evening, dropping into the mid-upper 30s as we head into the overnight. A mostly sunny sky for your Thanksgiving, but temperatures only climbing into the mid and upper 40s, dropping into the upper 20s overnight. Mostly sunny for your Black Friday. Temperatures hanging out in the mid-40s.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. From heirloom diamonds to contemporary jewels, Loring & Company is the place to find something truly special. Whether shopping for a diamond ring for that once-in-a-lifetime occasion or marking a milestone birthday or personal achievement with a Rolex watch, you'll find just the thing in our edit of the world's most sought-after brands, including David Yurman, Roberto Coin, Marco Bicego, and Fopé. Expect a treasure trove of the world's most unique, even breathtaking earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets, making choosing just one piece a challenge in itself. Loring & Company Jewelers on Airport Road.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where AFS comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at afsrepair.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Gunner's Landing is one of the Tennessee Valley's finest golf experiences. Just 35 minutes from downtown Huntsville, Gunner's Landing's 18-hole championship jewel is open to the public 7 days a week. Located in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, Gunner's Landing offers you a golf experience like no other. With beautiful Lake Gunnersville views throughout the round, Gunner's Landing is golf the way nature intended. Gunner's Landing's Club Repair Shop offers a full range of services, including re-gripping and adjusting the lofts and lies of your clubs, even putters. Since the work is done in-house, your clubs will be returned to you in a timely manner. Unmatched in the North Alabama area, it is Gunner's Landing. Schedule your tee time today at gunnerslanding.com. That's gunnerslanding.com.
Talking Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. only on 97.7 ESPN and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app.
Will the Tiger reign supreme tomorrow or Saturday? Keep thinking, because today's the last show of the week, so I keep thinking it is Friday. But will the Tiger reign supreme, or will the Tide get it done inside Jordan-Hare Stadium on Saturday? Or will the trend continue of being a one-score game inside Jordan-Hare Stadium for the 90th edition of the Iron Bowl?
Well, I think it's going to be a one-score game in Alabama's favor, 28-21. You think it's going to be 35-24 Alabama.
Yeah.
Brady the Greek thinks it's going to be a one-score game. He's actually showing faith in a kicker that I couldn't, 24-21. But we certainly enjoy our weekly visits with our next guest. You can find him, Reier, on YouTube. You can also find him with his daily programming there, Second Helping, the SEC podcast with our good friend Brent Beard, also Talkin Tide with Chase Goodbread, and a myriad of topics. And that is Travis Reier. Travis, happy Thanksgiving to you, sir. How are you?
How are you guys?
Doing good.
We are good. Now, we've been doing this all show, so we'll throw it to you. You're going to have quite a shindig. I'm sure your wife's an amazing cook, your family. What is your go-to dessert?
Wow. Go-to dessert is Heather's salted caramel chocolate pecan pie.
No, I'm just telling you, man. She's a legend in Tuscaloosa with her desserts, bro.
Yeah. So that would be the go-to. I'm not much of a pumpkin pie guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're not Mel Kiper.
Yeah. Yeah. More chocolate. Give me all the chocolate, though.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Well, Travis, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to wake up Friday morning and they're not going to feel like doing a whole lot of stuff because of everything they're eating Thursday. But that's good because Lane Kiffin and Mississippi State. Not the Rebels, just Lane Kiffin's going to take on Mississippi State himself. And then afterwards, we get to know where all of this saga ends.
I still think they're going to leak it out beforehand, Travis. What are your thoughts on this whole craziness?
It seems impossible because you got to think going into Friday, there's going to be an agreement of some sort, whether it's to stay at Ole Miss, whether it's to move on to LSU, which that seems to be where most of the momentum is right now for Lane and his future. I'm with you. I don't know how they're going to hold this together, even with Lane himself. I don't know how Lane's going to contain himself before Saturday.
Yeah, that's going to be insane. I mean, that whole if he does go to LSU, that is going to be the most bizarre post game. I've already told Scott he may get booed by his own fan base if he tries to hold up the Egg Bowl trophy if they win.
No, I said this game could feature Ole Miss fans booing him in the stands, Mississippi State fans cheering him because he's leaving.
Oh, no doubt. Absolutely. And then if he does leave, the domino effect with that is going to be fascinating to watch play out because it's almost going to feel like he left Florida too, right? Because, Florida has gone all in with Lane as well. It's almost like he's already been the coach at Florida and he would be leaving them as well, which I think all of this, Lane doesn't mind all that much. I think Lane gets some enjoyment out of this.
Well, and Travis, I've got to say it too. We know Auburn seems to be targeting John Summerall, but if Lane leaves Ole Miss, that could put a fly in the ointment for Auburn because from what we understand, Ole Miss is very interested in John. And then what I was listening to Chuck Oliver this morning. We carry it in the mornings here on 97.7 The Zone. It's not inconceivable that it's unlikely, but it's not inconceivable that we remember back in the day when Kirby was fixing everybody thought he was going to South Carolina. And then Georgia's like, no, we're firing Mark Richt. We're going and getting Kirby. We're not letting him go. But if Louisville beats Kentucky, if they could find the money, because they want John Summerall badly too, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, John Summerall is in a great spot, right? He's sort of, I'm not going to say he's Dollar General Lane, but he's in that similar type of situation where he's going to have some great options. And you said it, he has history with Ole Miss, obviously a lot of history with Kentucky. But you would think Auburn, Ole Miss, depending on how the next couple of days go. And these games could impact things too. The games themselves, who knows how deep this thing could end up going with coaching turnover.
Well, does Ole Miss is Ole Miss too much for Mississippi State? I mean, this Egg Bowl is unpredictable. Mississippi State's played a lot better this year. They're playing for bowl eligibility. So, I mean, they're playing for a little bit of something.
Hell, they could already have 7 or 8 wins.
Yeah.
Blown games.
Is this, what about this one tomorrow on Friday?
Yeah. Mississippi State's kind of like Kentucky. Kentucky's in that same boat with 5 wins. The problem I have for Mississippi State winning this game on Friday is that the Bulldogs rank last in the SEC in rushing defense, and that's not a good place to be when you're about to see Kejuan Lacey in the Ole Miss run game. So and Trinidad Chambliss with what he can do with his legs. So, that's where I struggle to go with, well, maybe distractions. And I don't even really buy the distractions anymore, guys, because the players themselves are looking around already. You got to think. So it's not a situation where, man, we heard about our coach leaving and all this. Players today are also thinking, well, if he goes to LSU, maybe I'm going to go with him.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm going to be somewhere else. I'm going to hit the market and figure out where my price sits the best. So I don't worry about that as much with this Ole Miss team. I worry more so about Lane going overboard with the Lane stuff in the game, some of the decision making, like we saw against Oklahoma. I thought that team overcame Lane in that game and some of the decisions he made. So I probably worry more about Lane going hold my beer mode a little too much in this game Friday than I do the matchup just on paper.
And then it's going to be interesting on Friday night, Texas hosting Texas A&M. A&M really already in the playoff, but they're trying to get to Atlanta for the first time and win their first SEC championship. And Texas trying to play spoiler and make a case, even though I don't really think with the loss to Florida they have one for the college football playoff.
No, I think Texas is out. If there's a 6 team right now, it's got to be Vanderbilt, right? It's going to maybe be able to make that argument if they get the job done at Neyland Stadium on Saturday afternoon. So it's a big spot because how many big stages have we really seen Texas A&M on this season? Notre Dame, and that, for a lot of people around the country, that's the last time they probably checked in on Texas A&M, and all they've done is run the table to this point and achieve that number 3 ranking. So, I think for Texas, the key is somehow getting some type of run game or quick game against this A&M defense, because you don't want to sit Arch back there and ask him to throw it 40 plus times from the pocket. They're going to have to get back to some explosiveness that they had before Georgia in that quick game, and then be able to run it some. Texas A&M offensively, I think there's a lot of comfort for them. To this point anyway, they feel like they can run the football game in and game out with the depth they have at running back, and then what Marcel Reed can bring with his legs as well. I think that's what it comes down to. Both these quarterbacks might be asked to carry the load. I think there's more of the likelihood, though, that could be on Arch in this game, more so than Marcel Reed. I like the balance of Texas A&M offensively with KC Concepcion and those receivers than I do what Texas is going to put out there.
The other Friday game is Georgia and Georgia Tech
in Mercedes-Benz.
And people forget that Georgia Tech gave up the home game to move this to Mercedes-Benz.
And then got very likely gagged their way out of the ACC championship game and the playoff last week.
That was rough, man. Those 2 primetime games last Saturday night, Florida, Tennessee, and Pitt and Georgia Tech, you kind of settled in thinking, well, at least one of these will be enough to hold our attention, right? And within a quarter, both those games were just wildly out of control.
Yeah, no doubt. And it still looks like to me that the ACC is a one-bid league. But if you're Mario Cristobal in Miami, I mean, is it conceivable that the ACC champion might not get in and that Miami could?
I guess so. When you think about the possibilities, right? What is it? Virginia, Miami still with a shot. I don't know if I like Miami at Pitt this week. I guess it just sort of depends on which Pittsburgh team shows up, because if Pittsburgh runs the football like it did against that Georgia Tech defense, they're going to have a pretty good shot to get the job done. So it probably should be that way, Drew, that it's very much in question about the ACC getting a team in. But last year, you didn't have to win the conference. You didn't have to win the conference championship game in the ACC, and you got in.
Yeah, that's very true.
Well, let's break down the big one, the 90th edition, the Iron Bowl, Jordan-Hare Stadium, Alabama 6.5-point favorite right now. The history of this one says when it's played in Auburn, it's a touchdown less type of ball game. Is that the case this year?
Yeah, I agree with Drew in that I'm expecting a 1-score game. First to 2024 in a lot of these games of late in Auburn would have been enough to get the job done. I think Auburn offensively has just looked like a different team since Hugh Freeze went away. The performance against Vanderbilt by Ashton Daniels was elite. And so, that's the concern for Alabama, is that if Hugh's still there and you get that version of the Auburn offense, you feel a lot better, I think, about Saturday. But with, Cobb's on a heater, I think 3 of his last 4 SEC games, he's eclipsed 100 rushing yards. Those receivers are seemingly coming together at the right time. When you talk about Simmons and you talk about Coleman and now Daniels too. I know a lot was made of Deuce Knight's performance, and it was impressive. Don't get me wrong, but it was almost a throwaway for me because of the competition. I go back more to what I saw from Auburn against Vanderbilt in Nashville. Very impressive. So I think for the Alabama defense, that's where it's actually going to start. So much talk about Ty Simpson and this offense and Josh Cuevas injury, understandably so. That defense has to come out, I think, for Alabama Saturday night and, not allow one of those opening script drives for Auburn where the Tigers spread you out, hit you with some some runs and some quick game and get those receivers going and hit you with the tempo. They're going to go faster. Really, what Auburn's looked like the last couple of games offensively, I'm sure, is what Auburn fans thought they were getting in Hugh Freeze all along. And it's taken his dismissal basically to get what we've seen on the field.
Well, Travis, I just the way this playoff committee is, reacted week to week, I got to believe that Alabama's coaching staff and players are going to use this as fuel because they're basically, I think, being disrespected for who they've played and who they've beat. You have to go beat Auburn, but there a lot of people aren't giving them credit for what they've done during the season. They lost to a really good Oklahoma team, probably should have won that game, but did not. And people have been talking more about losses, but to me, if I'm out there, and of course Alabama has struggled to run the ball, but there's a lot of people doubting this Alabama team and talking about Auburn upsetting them in Jordan-Hare. Do you think Alabama uses this as fuel?
I think they definitely could. And you think about the players for Alabama that are going down there relative to just a couple of years ago. How many were down there even 2 years ago, or how many really played? Obviously you didn't have Kalen DeBoer, you didn't have Jeremy Bernard, you didn't have Parker Brailsford. I think the concerns for Alabama, as much as anything, are the health of a couple of guys on the offensive side of the ball, starting with Cuevas and what he brings to that offense, and understanding Caleb Edwards, a freshman tight end, has played a lot. They have depth at the tight end position. Maybe a young guy like Marshall Pritchett is more of a factor in this game. But they can't just put it all on Ty Simpson from the pocket. They have to get complementary yards, whether it's throwing it to the backs, whether it's more involvement from Ty in the run game. You wonder about where he's at too, maybe from a health perspective this deep into the season. Everyone's feeling something. How much do you want to put on him in that regard? But this is it. This is championship time if you're Alabama. So, whatever you need from Ty Simpson, whether it's his legs or whether you're get him off on the move a little bit more, that's what you got to do. I think Jeremy Bernard is such a wild card player too. It won't surprise me if Grubbs got him with 15 to 20 touches minimum. And I'm talking about as a receiver and the potential for him to also run the football.
And this is big for Kalen DeBoer because you could go 2-0 against Auburn. They've got an interim coach. They are making a transition, but then you're trying to change the narrative at the end of last year and then get into the SEC championship game and potentially the playoff.
No doubt. And Kalen's checked pretty much all of the major boxes to this point, right? He got the win over Tennessee this year. You said it, could go 2-0 against Auburn. He's 2-0 against Georgia. There's some very impressive high-level wins that you need as an Alabama head coach. Now, you got to beat the unranked teams too, like this game. So whereas it could be the double whammy, so to speak, if you're Kalen DeBoer, you not only lose an Iron Bowl, but you lose to an unranked 5-6 or Auburn team that your fan base is going to expect you to beat Saturday night.
And then my final question to you, because we touched on it briefly, but it doesn't look like now. I will say I've been trying to follow the saga, and some Gator media are still convinced Lane Kiffin is going to pick them this weekend. But do the Gators have a plan if Lane Kiffin goes elsewhere?
I'm sure Scott Strickland has a plan B, but it's going to feel more like plan D or E to that fan base if it comes down to it. It's been all in on Lane. I think they've gotten a little bit of the okey-doke from Lane. I think a lot of that started with the visits, the planes that started with a trip to Gainesville. I think that's where it just went totally Lane's coming. Why wouldn't you think that too if you were Florida media or Florida fan base? When you're sort of brazenly flying family around to check out situations like high schools for Knox and football and things like that for Knox. And then he follows that right up with the trip to Baton Rouge. So, yeah, it's going to be fascinating to watch for Florida because I've got Florida family and Florida people that I know. And I think some of them, if not a lot of them at this point, are like, let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
One way or another and move on. They mostly wanted Napier out. Sure, they would love to have Lane, but they felt like that move was at least a year in coming.
Well, and you said it's a one-score game. What is your pick for the Iron Bowl, sir?
I'm going to go Alabama 24, Auburn 17. I think there will be offense. I don't think it'll be a shootout.
Right.
But I do fall in line with that sort of one score mantra. I mean, how could you not at this point?
Well, Travis,
Yep.
we always
Good
appreciate
stuff.
it. You and your family, we are very thankful for the friendship and the relationship. You joining us each week, but y'all have a great Thanksgiving, man. And again, your family are great folks, but let everybody know how to follow you, and we really appreciate you carving out some time for us again this week.
Always appreciate it, guys. And you guys have a great holiday, a safe holiday as well. We're at Reier on YouTube. On YouTube, that's where you'll find us. Reier on YouTube. We'll have Talkin' Tide live later tonight.
Oh, nice.
That will be at 8 Central on Reier on YouTube. Myself and Chase Goodbread, sports columnist for the Tuscaloosa News. So you'll want to catch that. We'll have some NFL talk coming up in just a little bit, too, with No Sleep Teal. So a lot of different things on Roy these days. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, Travis.
I wonder if Travis and Chase are going to stay up like me and watch Alabama and Maryland midnight basketball.
Is that what you did last night?
Well, hell, I didn't get home till near midnight, but I did watch the rest of the Alabama UNLV shellacking.
Is that why you are wired, a little wiry this morning?
I don't know. There was no alcohol in this stuff. I just had some leftover zero sugar lemonade, and I supplemented it with some tea from Snapple. Thank you.
All right, let's get that final break. And no final break? All right, Brody says screw it.
That's what Brody said, just to hell with it.
That's pretty much what we've done with the whole show.
He told us he doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas. He's different.
Well, he's not different.
No, some people don't celebrate holidays. It doesn't mean he's an atheist or anything.
All right, so we ran it down for you. Here is, by the way, here's the rest of what you can expect tomorrow or Friday. Remember, Ole Miss, Mississippi State at 11. You get Georgia Tech at 2:30. Still cannot believe that Georgia Tech game. Georgia Tech gives away a home game to play this inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The Georgia fans are going to show up, I think, in droves for this one. I know Georgia Tech got tickets, they still get their home, but they gave up a home game for this, and it means a lot.
Well, I wondered if Moulton was going to go. He said he didn't know. But aren't you guys having to travel or something?
Yeah, leaving Friday.
That's what I thought. So he'll just have.
He's not going to be able to do that one. Then Saturday, 11 a.m., Kentucky, Louisville. Clemson, South Carolina at 11. LSU, Oklahoma at 2:30.
That'll be a beatdown.
You think so?
Absolutely.
LSU's given up. Done.
Their history.
10.5
point underdogs are the Tigers in that
tell
one.
You what, if Lane Kiffin does some kind of 180 and ain't coming, it'll be a morgue. Everybody will probably leave at halftime.
You know what you should do if that happens?
What?
You should mimic Matt Moscona, because remember, he said Tuscaloosa was burning down. It was burning down.
I like Matt, and he's been all over this story.
Oh no, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Now I would probably more mimic T-Bob.
He gives us his 5 minutes
because T-Bob and I have meltdowns. We're very similar in that way.
Tennessee, a 3.5 point favorite, 2:30 on Saturday over Vandy.
Go Commodores.
Okay. Arkansas, Missouri.
Oh, good Lord. Who knows? Drink will probably be headed to Gainesville by then. At least I hope so I'll be right.
So Missouri falls out of the top 25. That means Alabama does lose a top 25 win.
La-dee-da.
Just blame Alabama's specialty
Notre Dame,
teams.
Their only ranked win over that vaunted powerhouse USC.
Because Notre Dame has better specialty teams.
Yeah, right. They obviously have a better kicker. I hope they can dust off their VCR to watch their parade from 1988. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes.
Stay safe. Be with friends and family. We'll be back with you next week on Monday.
We're going to be
Penny Toyota.
Yep, we'll be on the road again on Monday, and we'll recap the Iron Bowl, recap who is going where, maybe both. Remember, Auburn also said they hope to have a coach in place by the end of after the Iron Bowl weekend. So does Auburn have a head coach in place by Monday? We'll find out.
You'll love the expanded wine selection at Liquor Express.